How's it going, everyone? KayneHunterTaker here, and welcome back to an episode of Kayne's Hideout. Man, I think it's been almost 2 months since my last video. It's been quite a while, and yeah, just time got away from me, unfortunately. Tomorrow's New Year's, so it's the 30th today, and I thought I really want to get a video of Kayne's Hideout done before the new year, because yeah, I got so much things to talk about, or so many things to talk about, and just like a lot of games I've picked up and played, and I thought I don't want to start 2023 without doing a video with the stuff that I've done in the past few months. And the big one is Christmas. We've another Christmas has come and gone. I've left all my decorations because I wanted to do a video like this while the decorations was up, to do like a Christmas video, and never got to it. And because of working, unfortunately, Christmas landed on a day, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, on 2 double shifts in a row, and just couldn't get any days off, unfortunately. But got New Year's off at least, so happy with that. And yeah, I'll tell you what, let's get to it. So I've got the camera pointing up a little bit because it wasn't going to fit everything. See, I originally wanted to do this last week or so. I had a bit of a nasty tumble, scraped one knee, cut up my hands. I mean that one's still a little bit grazed. I was trying to cross the road. I rolled my ankle before crossing the road, and then trying to cross the road, and then I just tumbled. I just couldn't catch a break, and I was really sore. And I thought, I can't record without being so uncomfortable, like pain. Because yeah, I was in especially with my 2 ankles, it was like I rolled my right one, and then my left one took the brunt of the fall, and it's like, I'm really sore. So that was another reason this has taken so long to get done, but here we are now. Alrighty, me and Luke did a Halloween video as just a fun event for Halloween, and we actually did a Christmas one as well. And we've decided to name the series Double Troubling, and what we're going to be doing with that is not trying to record every month or so, just when we're feeling ready to do another video. And it's just going to be us doing things like activities, or maybe reacting to stuff, etc, because we really had a blast with the last 2 episodes. The Halloween one was really fun. The Christmas one, we were painting or icing gingerbread, and then we did a booster pack battle with some Pokemon cards, and it was really fun. So we want to try and do that a bit more, but so it's not going to be holiday based, because so far we've done 2 episodes and just happened to be on Halloween and Christmas. But it's just going to be episodic. Episode 3, it'll be like random things, etc. So yeah, we want to start doing that in the foreseeable future a bit more. And just talking Double Trouble stuff, I've actually got 1 episode uploaded already. I just haven't made it live. I want to go back to a few playthroughs, especially ones I've done with Luke, and pretty much doing a redux. Taking the videos down, re-editing them, trying to fix the quality, because this was around the time with YouTube where I wasn't really trying to be professional, just recording the footage and the audio, slapping it together, chop, cutting out the dead air bits, and then just uploading it. Not even trying to work on balancing issues. Like, for example, I'll be talking a bit louder because I know I want to pick up my voice on the mic, whereas Luke, he's a soft talker, so I'm very loud and then he's very low, and I'm thinking, why didn't I fix that to begin with? So now I'm trying to even it out a bit. And one of the first playthroughs I'm working on at the moment is a Dino Crisis, because me and Luke had a lot of fun with that, but it was rough. It was very, very rough, and there was a lot of dead bits in that playthrough where we weren't really talking and we were getting lost, and I just had this mindset where I couldn't chop anything up. I had to have the whole thing uploaded, and I don't know why I thought that was the way to go. But now I've changed that, including with my YouTube channel now, where I'm playing some games or doing playthroughs, and if there's a part in the playthrough where it's like I'm back and forth, etc, nah, cut it out. I'm cutting it out. So yeah, I'm doing that on my stuff as well. So yeah, Dino Crisis, I've got 1 episode done, and I'm just going to upload it all into the session. So if one night me and Luke played for about 2 hours, I'm just going to do the 2-hour video and then upload it. And yeah, so I'm going to be doing that at some point with a lot of, well, not a lot, but a few more playthroughs. Okie doke. I think in the last video I was talking about Figure Combat 2. I was wanting to do that, and then things just happened. Got sick, then had my fall, and just things were happening, and I don't want to just record it for the sake of recording it, if you know what I mean. You know, even if I'm in pain, I'll just suck it up and do it. Now I want to be comfortable and, you know, hype for it, and I've got the fighters ready to go, like my fighters, my figures. I did like the Russian roulette table or the randomizer, and just put all the figures that I want to compete, and a few from the last tournament have made it to this one, which is really cool. And yeah, so I'm going to be getting onto that at some point. I can't wait. I finally, I don't know if you're going to see it. Oh yeah, right there. Finally got the gold sarcophagus model kit, and I finally built it, and it didn't actually take that long. It took me about maybe an hour. It was a very simple model kit, but I'm so happy now because I want to use it for something like from my new card video series, where I've opened up some loose packs without unboxing, or bought some cards that I want for my collection, putting them in there, and then doing a video at some point. So yeah, about time. Talking about more side projects, Bloody Knuckle Society. Next episode, I'm almost about to start recording the footage for the for episode 4. I can't remember. It's been over a year since my last episode, but yeah, I'm almost ready. I was doing a lot of PowerPoint projects to keep on track of everything, like my video game playthroughs, my video game collection, and I thought, well, why don't I try that with my Bloody Knuckle Society series? And it's worked out a lot better now, because now it feels like a proper match card and gets me excited instead of just a plain Word document with a script. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that all recorded for the next episode. And I'm also going to try and steer away from such a heavy story driven show or series, because once again, that's what I was really focusing on. But yeah, I need to get to the point quicker rather than such a long dialogue speech between each character. Instead of having, say, what's a storyline I'm working on at the moment? Oh my god, I've gone blank. I've forgotten my storyline. I couldn't be a wrestling writer. Snake and Kid. So they're about to have another round for the Hardcore Championship, because they've had a few matches. Instead of having a whole section, so in the previous episode, Snake is giving Kid shit, and the Kid humiliates him, and it goes on for a bit, where I could have just done a simple 2-sentence dialogue. Snake got in Kid's face, Kid slapped him, now they're in a brawl, blah 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 blah. Pretty much like WWF SmackDown 1 and 2. It was so basic, but it got the point across, and that's what I want to start doing now, and shortening the episodes instead of making it even longer, because I think I've gone from like 2 hours to about 30 minutes. I want to get to 10 at least. I've been very slack with my drawings. I haven't done a single drawing because I've been busy doing some painting. Got back into the painting scene, I don't know what kicked it off again. Luke's getting into the Warhammer again, building the figures and painting them, and I love painting the Resident Evil 2 board game miniatures, starting the Resident Evil 3 at some point once I finish Resident Evil 2, because we've still got a few of them to go, and like our dad was always on board with it as well, and he's getting into the Warhammer again, and we just love the painting side of it. It's really fun. And yeah, I've actually done a couple of videos on my Kayne Files videos where I just do vlogs, like little vlogs together and compile it together. And yeah, I finally got the handle of it all, like the painting, the base painting, the layers and stuff, and now I'm speed throwing a lot of figures and yeah, having so much fun. And for Christmas my parents got me and Luke a paintbrush kit, or folder, with some nice paintbrushes. Really, really cool. And there was this really interesting one, this one here, because I really struggle with eyes. But look at the curve on that brush. You're not going to see it, damn it. Oh, you can see it there. That's going to be so handy. So, yeah, thanks, Mum and Daddy. Really, really cool. I should say, it's not that I'm bored of drawings, it's just I'm wanting to paint more, and I definitely want to get back into some drawing at some point. I've got to finish my dual drawing. It's all about Resident Evil 2, the board game. We've been playing that a bit as well, and we're up to scenario 4, and we have decided, me, Luke and Dad, that the rules aren't... Nah, they're not acceptable. Some of those rules in that game are just unfair and very in your face. So we've decided to add our own rules to the game, just to even it out a little bit, because yeah, we're going through we started the first scenario, like not the tutorial one. I walked through one door, rolled a die on the encounter, spawned 2 dogs, ran out of ammo, and almost died. And we decided, that's not what happens in the video game. Yeah, and I know it's a board game, it's got to be challenging, but nah. We need to change these rules, and we're going to make it more fun. So we just put some rules in place, and it made it so much more fun, and we still had a bit of a challenge as well. So we've kept all the encounter stuff, but we've capped the enemies. I mean, we're spawning so many lickers in one scenario, and you're lucky to see 4 in the police station. 6? But you know what I mean, in one room we got 3 lickers, and yeah, it gets a bit unfair. So we've capped, and with the rolling of the dice and attacking, so many times we're rolling the dice, evade, and getting the pushbacks. If you get 2 pushbacks, that counts as 1 hit. And if you get 3, I think we made that as a crit. Or an instant kill. No, 3 crit shots, instant kill of the enemy. And the tension deck and the ink ribbons removed. We're not doing if the tension deck runs out, the game is over, because in scenario 3A, me and Luke ran that tension deck so minimally that we tried to save our increments as much as we can, still didn't make it to the end, and the creators of the game, Steamforge, have even gone on to state that we agree that this scenario is very difficult, so take an extra ink ribbon. And that's when we thought, well, we're going to make some rules as well. And yeah, we're still, me and Luke are salty about that. We couldn't believe we ran that tension deck so carefully and we still lost. And that Steamforge have said, take an extra ink ribbon for that scenario now. So yeah, we're going to make it more fun. And there was another rule we did as well. One of the red herbs and the green herbs, if you combine them together you get 3 health points. No, that's full health. In the video game that's full health, so we changed that. And what else was there? I think we implemented the ink ribbon and the typewriter. If you use the ink ribbon and you die in the scenario, you load there rather than at the beginning, or you gotta wait for someone to come and pick you up. So yeah, we've changed the rules a bit and we've made it so much more fun. We're very happy going through the game now. Alright, I'll just write Christmas down because, yeah, like I was saying with Luke, we did a Double Trouble in Christmas special. Got my Christmas decorations, and this year I did my Christmas special. Did Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. That was really fun. I forgot how much fun that one is. Terminator 2, the arcade game for Sega. This is hard as shit, and I really struggled. And Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Is that upside down? It is. And yeah, I had a blast with this again, and yeah, I really need to get to doing a playthrough of that for my YouTube channel. I mean, I've completed that so many times, I just haven't done an actual full run of it on my YouTube channel. And what else? Had to work all of Christmas. Didn't get to do my Star Wars marathon this year. I'm so bummed. So I'm doing that tomorrow. I've got some catching up to do. And yeah, that's about it for the Christmas. I think we'll move on to TV and movies now. I almost forgot to say, with my cards, I'm updating my usual routine of sleeving and everything. I decided to pick up some Dragon Shield sleeves because I want to start doing. So I was doing a PSA, like custom PSA shell series where I'm taking some cards that I personally love, putting them in a shell, and etc. etc. and using perfect sleeves to cover the entire card. And they're a bit expensive, more than like a standard clear sleeve or penny sleeve, but I like these ones because you can slip the card in and it completely covers it. Then they fit into a nice shield, Dragon Shield sleeve, and I got some gold ones because I want to go through my personal collection that I've been working on the last year or so. I got a bit excited with that and I just started taking a lot of cards out of my folders, but now I want to go through that again and gold sleeving, so protecting them first with this and then sleeving them in a coloured one, and then also do it like for that, going through all my folders and updating my sleeves in those as well, because what I was doing before was I was using Ultra Pro, a sleeve and then a clear sleeve. Now I want to stop doing that, using the clear sleeves and then putting a colour one over, because then if you want to change the colour you don't have to worry about damaging the card as you're pulling it out. And yeah, that was a tip I learned from I've gone blank. Tolarian Community College professor, because I'm a bit of a fan of his. I've been watching all of his tip videos with like sleeving and stuff, and looking at my collection, yeah, I could definitely do better. And he mentioned like these ones, and he did a battle with the Dragon Shield and Ultra Pro, and like they're both really good, but I'm moving towards Dragon Shield now. They're really cool and a lot nicer colours, if you know what I mean. They got some really nice cool colours, and I thought with gold that could be my most treasured cards. And what I want to do is go through all my Yu-Gi-Oh ones, not doing all of them, just my favourite cards, and I want to start doing a coloured sleeve for them now, because I was just, to begin with, and this is when I started protecting all my cards back in like 2010, there wasn't many colours that I liked, and it was just black or white, and I went with black because it looks nice on the folders I was using. Well, now I want to start bringing some how do I put some glow to my Yu-Gi-Oh collection, because my Pokemon have red sleeves, so that makes them pop, but Yu-Gi-Oh, it doesn't really have a nice, just a wow factor to them. And I thought, what colour do I want to use? And there's a really nice yellow, and I thought, well, Yu-Gi-Oh, Egypt and pyramids, and it's very yellow, if you know what I mean. I thought they would look perfect, so I've ordered some, and hopefully they arrive soon, and going to spend a few days doing that, going through the collection and just updating the sleeves. And yeah, these ones I can't wait to get into I point into my cupboard, because that's where my cards are. And yeah, just going through and picking my most treasured and giving them a nice gold sleeve and putting them into the gold sarcophagus. Alrighty, TVs and movies. I watched that Snowman. I wanted to watch that years ago when it was coming out in cinema, and I'm glad I didn't, because that movie sucked. Jeez, I was not expecting it to be so... I mean, I was really gunning for that movie. I thought, oh, it looks really good, I'm going to watch it. And yeah, it's not what I expected. And then I looked up on it, and a lot of people who read it, because it was a book, and a lot of people were like, oh yeah, this is an example on what not to do with a book, is just picking out random chunks and sticking them into a movie. And I was like, oh, Hatched, this was very Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It was like they must have been fans of Fallen Kingdom and wanted to make their own movie. I actually can't even remember which came out first, and I definitely searched it up, and I can't remember, but yeah, it was very similar to Fallen Kingdom. It was really weird. Sopranos, all finished, and man, was that last season a wild ride. I'm both sad and pissed. Took out Bobby, he was one of my favourites. Silvio, he got gunned down because, yeah, people were just going out for Tony and his crew, and I was like, oh shit. And Christopher shocked me. I thought, oh my god, he was killed. Well, Tony killed him, and I was thinking, why? Because I know with the drugs, and he did say, if I catch you taking drugs again, I will kill you. But when I realised what it meant with the baby seat in the back, if Christopher had been driving high and his baby was in the back, because there was a tree that speared through the baby seat, and that's when Tony kind of flipped and he's like, and strangled him to death. So yeah, that's Sopranos. Junior with his full dementia was freaky, because I work in that environment, and I think they did a good job with how dementia affected Junior, and I think they did a really good job on that. And it was very sad by the end of it, because I do witness families talking to relatives and they're nodding, oh yeah, but they don't know who they are. And that's what they, in that moment when Tony was asking Junior, oh, where's the money? Oh, do you know who I am? And Junior's just like, yeah, I know you. And then there was another moment and he was like, yeah. And then Tony, if I remember, was just like, do you even know who I am? No. And it's like, whoa. Finally got to watching Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 5 and finished. Really loved it. I think it ended off great, and I loved that. I won't spoil. I love the ending bit. I thought, oh, and I hope we get another series, because yeah, one of my favourite shows at Camp Cretaceous, and I'm hoping they do a video game. I think it'd be really cool. Oh, I'm really pissed. I thought I'd start writing down the WWE Network, because I'm watching Raw and SmackDown from 1909 up to 2000, and just got through Backlash 2000. Well, now the WWE Network in Australia is not happening anymore. They moved with another company, Binge, which is a server here in Australia. Excuse me, but I can't watch classic Raw and SmackDown anymore. I am pissed. Spider-Man cartoon from 90... I can't remember, early 90s. Finished season 1. That's a great show. I remember watching that before going to school on Cheese TV. I loved this. The Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. It was so much fun. Made me all warm and fuzzy inside, and I want more. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. It's now going to be a tradition for me every Christmas is watching that. It was so much fun. I completely blanked and thought, started the Lost World. What do you mean started? Not the movie. There's a TV show that was released in the 90s, around like when Xena and Hercules was a big thing. This was all about dinosaurs and a group of scientists and archaeologists. I can't remember. I watched the first episode. It's okay. Haven't got back into it just yet. It just been watching other things. And the other thing was Cobra Kai Season 4. Love that series. Love that show. It is so good. Can't wait to get to Season 5. I'm so far behind. Yeah, that final episode was really good. I loved where the characters are going. Sorry, spoilers. Eli winning the boys tournament. Eli Hawk? I keep forgetting his name. I'm sure it's Eli. He deserved it. He's the Zuko from Avatar for me. He starts off really weak, and then he finally gets his strength, and no one's bullying me anymore. And then he becomes the bully, and then he has a redemption, and he really earned it, and really happy for him. And they took away his hawk. I couldn't believe it, the bastards. And I'll say even Robbie, the scene with him and Johnny, sort of, I'm hoping they don't have another spit, because they seem to do that a lot with this series, especially with Daniel and Johnny. Oh, we're finally together. Oh, what the fuck, man? Oh, what's your problem? Because I'm hoping Robbie and Johnny finally, just rekindle the relationship as father and son, because it's killing me inside. And Yeah. I keep forgetting her name. Tori? She won the tournament. I'm really annoyed with how... Alright, she started off very... being a bitch to, what's her name? Sam, the daughter of Daniel. But... I want her to just finally have a moment of... just something good happening. It seems like she's always being screwed over because the tournament was rigged by what's his name with the ponytail and paying off the judge, and yeah, just I'm hoping she finally to join, and she finally just sort of makes peace. And I gotta say, the real villains of this show are Daniel's wife and Sam. Is it Sam, the daughter? Do not like them. They are the villains. They're the true villains. Now, I love this series so much that I don't shut up about it, because for Christmas, Luke got me 2 awesome figures of Johnny and Daniel. These are really cool, and I love the boxes. They're like old VHS tapes, which I think is what they were going with. It's like the VHS special, I'm sure. I'm positive, because this is what it, for the kids out there streaming, there was DVDs. This is what it was like. You got big videotapes, and some come in big cases like this. Imagine getting that on your shelf. And yeah, I'll get them open. And I actually got a really cool Johnny Eagle Fang figure over there. Oh, that's really cool. Very, very awesome. Yeah, I do not shut up about the show. I love it. It's right up there with like Gotham, and just I can't even think of another show. Danny Boy. I actually really love what they've done with Daniel's character in this series. In the movies, he's the victim, he's the underdog, got to beat the bad guy. In this series, his family... Oh, that was one thing I forgot to mention. Another douchebag in the family, the son, Anthony, he's an absolute asshole, and I'm glad that kid kicked his ass in the locker room, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up in high school, man. And so, because him and his friends were picking on the kid so hard, and I thought, that's what you get, you little shitbag. But I love what they've done. That Daniel's family are just the bullies. He's the one, you can't let bullies beat you down, etc., and you got to be the better person, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, his family are the most horrible people on the planet. The first episode, I'll never forgive the wife, can't remember her name, making fun of the girl who was friends with, I'm sure it's Sam, saying, oh, it's nice that she's got friends who aren't nerds. And I thought, I fucking hate you. I will never respect you. Even when she was trying to suck up to Tori, and because she got her fired and everything from her job. Nah, there's no redemption for you, bitch. Sam, nah, she's, messed with 2 guys around, got them to fight each other, nearly kill each other. Then she's giving Tori a hard time because I want to get even, yada yada, instead of being, supportive and finding out why Tori was so, such a bitch to her. And Anthony, oh, little Anthony, who was a side character through the whole series until now, picking on this kid who's smaller than him and his friends. And I just love the moment where they call Daniel and the wife in. There's been an incident with bullying, and Daniel's like, oh, I cannot believe this. Another kid in my family is being bullied, and the principal's like, no, your kid's bullying him. And then just Daniel doing that glare. I'm like looking at him, I'm like, But yeah, that's what I really like with Daniel. He's trying to bring peace and helping the little guy, and meanwhile his family are the worst people on the planet. Sorry, I'm getting a cramp. My ankles are still a bit swollen. Alrighty, so talking about the WWE Network, and so I signed up to this binge, which, it's got a lot of shows on there that I want to watch. I've started Friends again. I'm rewatching that and just having it on the background when I'm doing things. It's just such a great show, and I'm up to episode 10 already, just breezing through. Alrighty, a few comics. What I'm going to do, I will do, because even though I've moved on to digital comics more than physical, I'll do the physical comics for this, but for my digital, I might do that onto my Kayne files, and instead of trying to get this, my tablet to show on the camera, and yeah, I might do it that way, make it a bit easier. Because a lot of comics are just continuing issues anyway, rather than new. Okay, first up, I give it a go. I won't be getting the next issue. Plush, issue 1. It's fairy culture, and I was aware. Looking at the cover, I thought, yeah, that's definitely fairies, and, has cannibal fairies in it. And the whole thing is, oh, the cannibal fairies, oh, you gotta save me. But the thing that was bothering me the most was the main character we're following. Yeah, it's very... I just don't like it. So, he's down on his luck. He's called off a wedding with this wife because she cheated on him with a police officer, and so his friend's like, oh, come on, get a fursuit on, let's have fun. And yeah, if I remember, his drink got roofied. He threw up, and then he's seen a bunch of cannibal furries eating someone. Then he gets arrested. The sheriff is the daughter of the fiance, and he wants him to get back with her, even though she cheated on him, because they need money and his family's rich. And if he doesn't do it, he's gonna lock him away for unsolved murders and rapes and stuff. And I thought, yeah, no, not for me. It's very goofy, but not in a good way. Man, I was really excited, but yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. Issue 1 of Extreme X-Men. Yeah, couldn't get behind it. It was a bit too much going on at once for me. Oh, another one I was so hyped for, and just not what I expected. Spider-Man The Lost Hunt. I really struggle with the whole characters in their own mind. They're always thinking to themselves and just weird shit going on. Yeah, I was expecting a bit more with that one. Another issue of Godzilla Rivals. This is really cool. I like this one. I like this one a lot more than a few of the other ones where it was just focusing on humans more, but no, this was really good. I like this one. I'm really enjoying this. If I got it right, this is a side story to the current run of comics. Punisher War Journal issue 1, where he's the ninja, and this is so good. I recommend this series of Punisher. It's really good. Something different. A new one from Dynamite, Cherish. I can't remember exactly what it was about, unfortunately, but I remember enjoying it because I put it on my Amazon list. So when I'm ready to buy some comics, I can just go through my wish list and pick out an issue. And I actually can't remember, but I remember enjoying it. Geez, this has been a while because I actually don't remember this one. But yeah, I think I did enjoy it. The Return of the Chilling Adventures in Sorcery, one shot. I'm pretty sure I did like it. I'm sure. Alrighty, on to the games. I've actually picked up a few digital games because now that they're moving on to digital more than physical, it's just amazing the deals you can get. So, kick off, picked up Trials Rising, and I put a lot of time to that game, but now I'm just burnt out from it. Some of the challenges are very... just bullshit. I mean, trying to do 6 backflips and win the race is just... especially when the levels are very complicated. You got to get a bit... a lot of the times it's relied on luck. Oh, you didn't pull back properly, so now you just missed that platform and you screw up. So, yeah, I think I'm done for that game for now. I'm like level 40, that's how far I am. Retro games, this was like $1.50. I just picked it up because it's something to play. If I don't want to play something heavy, or I just want to kill a couple of minutes because I'm waiting for a video to export or something. It had Snake on the old Nokia phones, and that's just really fun. Okay, I finally picked up this Monster Cram because it's very old school Pokemon. unfortunately, it just made me want to play old school Pokemon. I don't think I've got very far. I think I'm about 2-3 hours in. I can see what the creators were going with, and it's definitely a unique game, but unfortunately it suffers the... Well, I would rather just play this game, i.e. Pokemon Blue, Red, Yellow, Silver, and yeah, that's just unfortunate, but it's a beautiful game. The art is really good, and there's definitely some passion put into it, and just unfortunate it's got that effect on me. I'm going to get this wrong. Deponia collection? I got it 4 games. That was like $6. So it's a point and click adventure game. I haven't played it yet, but it was just... I don't mind a point and click every now and again. That's the problem with the digital games being on special. I'm buying them all, and then it's like, oh well, I got to finish these other games, so I'm going to tone it down until I finish a few games. I finally picked up Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and yeah, I really want to get into that, but like I was saying, I want to finish a few games first before tackling that, because I definitely want to sink some time into that. I've always wanted to play that one. The Callisto Protocol. Oh, I hated the shit out of that game. I really did. I hated it so much, I took it back and got a refund. And I only played it for like 4 hours, and I said, fuck this, I'm done, I hate it. Alright, overreactions aside, yeah, I put a good chunk into that game, but that game is not for me. Not having a map was a big problem for me. It's 2022 now, games have to have maps. Sorry, no excuse. The game is so heavily based on close quarter combat with a melee weapon. I got to the part where you get the powers, or the telekinesis, or the arm, whatever, and yeah, if you're gonna do that, you can't have 6 enemies jump me at once, and let alone can't get away, because when you push back, you block, so you can't even run to get your bearings. And there was one bit where it was just, alright, I got my ass kicked by one enemy, no worries, I'll get through it. Boom, killed him. Second one out of nowhere, punches my face off. Oh, okay, alright. So, take out the first one, take out the second one. Whoosh, third one out of nowhere, rips my arm off. Okay. No worries, I knew what I was getting into. This game was going to be mean. Take out the first enemy. Woo! Take out the second enemy. Oh, yes. Take out the third enemy. Finally. Head off, 4th enemy out of nowhere, and that's when I'm like, fuck that, done. You know what's bad? When you go into the video game store, EB Games in my case, and so I go up to the counter, and the woman there, you know, how you doing? I'm like, I hate that I'm doing this. Can I return this game, please? She went, oh yeah, no worries, you're not the only one. Oh, that's not what you want to hear. Alrighty, PS4 had a few sales on, and I finally picked up some games that I really wanted. So I got Doom Eternal Deluxe Edition. That was $25, which has everything, if I recall. So yeah, I definitely want to get into that. Picked up God of War for $20, because that God of War Ragnarok looks so good, and I thought, no, I had to play the first game first, and there's a worker at work. She is currently going through the second game, and she said it's so good, you gotta play it. So I'm like, I gotta play the first one though, and she went, you gotta play it, and I went, okay. So yeah, I picked it up. Alrighty, this next one, finding games lately for me, I've just finally got over that barrier where I was hating them and just being stubborn. Oh, this is not what I liked about these games growing up, blah blah blah. But now that I've got over that bump and realised that even though there's some things I don't like, especially like MK11, there's a lot of things I do like about that game. And why was I punishing myself because I didn't agree with one thing, i.e. time travel and Cinder's change story? But yeah, in saying all that, I picked up Tekken 7, the definitive edition. The original price was $180, I got it for $28. And yeah, got all the DLC and everything, and I can't wait to jump in at some point. And just going back to YouTube channel playthroughs. I want to start doing more classic stuff rather than current stuff. So playing games that I used to play, Tekken 2, Mortal Kombat, the classic games for that. So Tekken 7, at some point I want to go through that. Once I do like Tekken 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just all the arcade stuff. And I'm excited because Tekken 8's coming out, and that's what got me pumped. I'm like, it's time. It's time to stop being such a negative Nancy. Okay, I'm glad I didn't pay $60 for this. I got this for $10. Carnival Games. That's not worth $60. Don't ever get that for $60. It's exactly what it is. It's just Carnival Games, like party style games. And yeah, got it for 10. It's fun for like 5 minutes and then you get bored. But yeah, don't ever get that full price. This one I'm excited about. Unmetal. I don't know the story or the plot behind it, but I think it's a piss take of Metal Gear, like the original old school era of games, not like Metal Gear Solid, but before that. And I should tell you, it's not a piss take, but a fan parody of that, and it looks really fun. I can't wait to get into it. Alrighty, on to what I've been playing. Played more of that Valhalla and finished. I was getting really with the game, but then as the story went on, I was getting hooked and I wanted to see what would happen. But I thought there was going to be a big thing, like, there's an attack, and I mean there was an attack at some point, but I thought, is there going to be a point where we have to try and investigate who a killer is, etc. But that wasn't it. It was just more, how do I put it? You're just following the life of this character, and she's down, and then she learns a friend of hers, something's happened, and then you're just trying to get by. But in the end, I was like, I want to know what happens, and kept going. But for a visual novel, it's very long. It does drag on a bit, and if you're not a fan of those games and being stuck at one point, just doing the same thing over and over, you're not gonna probably enjoy it. But if you like a good story, I recommend it. And make sure you pay attention, because what I didn't realise was, once you finish a shift, you go to her apartment and she's like, if I bought this thing, it would help me focus at work. And I was trying to work out, what does that mean? Like, why am I wasting money on things when I've got to pay a bill? Well, what happens is, when you're listening to someone's story and then they order a drink, normally she'll repeat what the drink was and you can make the drink. Well, if you're not paying attention, she'll actually forget. And what I learned was, if you're not buying things to make her happy, so she wants to buy a new CD, but you don't, you want to save your money for rent, well then she's not happy, and then she doesn't remember what the drink was, and then you're like, oh no. So I finally worked out what that was for, and that was really clever. Alright, this was ages ago since my last video, because I jumped into Resident Evil Arclight Chronicles after the creator informed me that I was missing a bunch of Easter eggs and told me how to get the secret ending, which was really cool. And yeah, look forward to playing more, and the more chapters they get released in due time. Alrighty, talking of Doom. Doom 1 finished. I have finally completed Doom. I did save state, but I didn't save state like a cheesy nacho thing where I'm like every 2 seconds. I was always being fair, and yeah, really had a blast with that, and can't wait to jump in Doom 2 at some point. Jumped into Resident Evil 8's mod. That was really fun. I want to start doing more of that again, because that's what I used to do for my YouTube channel. A lot of indie style games, fan games, and retro style games, and yeah, that was really good. And I've got some more Resident Evil fan games I want to play. Resident Evil Remake, just working towards my Platinum Trophy. Done the knife only run, which is the one I was dreading the most, so got that out of the way, and now I'm just tackling the other ones. I can't wait to do the harder difficulty. That's going to be fun. After watching Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, the final season, I jumped into Jurassic World Evolution again and just put a good chunk of time into that game again. And yeah, it's just one of those games where I'll just jump in, have a blast, and then I won't jump into it again for a while, but then I'll just eventually go, I fancy seeing how my dinos are going. So yeah, I love that game, and I'm just waiting for the second game to release on Switch at some point. So after I took Callisto Protocol back and was just in a mood, I finally started Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been meaning to play this for so long. I mean, I picked this up for like 20 bucks years ago. Brand new, got all the DLC and stuff, and yeah, from what I'm playing so far, it is gorgeous. I love the environment for this game, and I still need to jump into it. I played it about 3 weeks ago, but just been busy with other things. But yeah, really gorgeous. Alrighty, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Just going through and completing the Pokédex. Almost finished. I just need to do... I'm just going to use my Pokemon Go and just give in the Pokemon that I do need. But I want to start shiny hunting, but I didn't realise that people... You know, once you get the Pokédex complete, you get this shiny tag and it helps you catch shiny Pokemon. So I spent a whole day trying to find a shiny Onix, and then I got like a 20 catch streak, and then the other one fled, and then I lost the streak. And I'm like, hang on, how hard is this going to be? And then I realised, oh, I need the shiny tag. I need to complete the Pokédex, so now I'm doing that. Right, I forgot to show this and write it down what I played. Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, the Shadows of Rose DLC. So I played through that, really enjoyed that, and then the ending, oh, tugging my heartstrings. But one thing I was not impressed, I paid $60, $70 for a DLC code. It's not even on the disc. Bullshit. Was not happy about that. And we were guaranteed a DLC for pre-ordering. Oh no, never pre-order. But we never got it. So, not happy. Alright, just going back to the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I finally picked up Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series. Now, I didn't want to pick this up because of the situation with Telltale shutting down. A lot of games you can't get anymore. And this only has episode 1 on the disc. You got to download the other episodes. And I thought, oh, well, what's the point? Then we learned that if you get this and it has the season pass on the disc, you can download the other episodes. And Luke confirmed it. And so, yeah, at some point, I actually want to do a playthrough on this because I loved doing Telltale games. One of my favourites was obviously Walking Dead. Not so much the later seasons. Loved the Jurassic Park Telltale game, really had fun with that. So yeah, definitely want to jump into that at some point. Alright, I picked this one up. I remember playing this one years ago at a mate's house, and we got stuck. We couldn't get past this one bit, but it was pretty cool. Like, we enjoyed from what we played, and yeah, Ghost Hunter, really underrated. I don't see it often talked about. So yeah, it's in the title. You're a ghost hunter. It's really funny. Like, the dialogue's really cool and the character's awesome from what I remember. And yeah, just thought I'd pick that up. Alright everyone, main event. I thought I'd save this for last because in the last episode I talked about a situation with a parcel that had gone missing. And me and the seller were really getting stressed out with the post office not helping us out. Just couldn't get an answer until I made a complaint. And then they contacted me by phone to tell me, you know, we've found the parcel, it'll get to you. Just unfortunately, if I remember, there's a new building being built, so parcels are delayed. And I said, thank you, that's all I wanted to know. And it finally arrived. So, the games that I've been waiting for. Resident Evil Remake for GameCube. Already got it. Resident Evil 0 for GameCube. Already got it. Do you see a pattern? This was a bundle buy. So you could imagine why me and the seller were getting stressed out. This was a bulk buy. Resident Evil 4 for GameCube. With the special disc. The 2 stars. Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 for GameCube. These were the 2 that I wanted, but it was cheaper to buy this bulk to get also Resident Evil 4 because I already have these 2 for GameCube for my collection. I wanted these. because I love Resident Evil. It's, you know, it's no secret, I love Resident Evil, and I wanted these for the collection. Now I have them, and they work, they're fine, they're okay, no damage whatsoever. So you could imagine why me and the seller were getting stressed, because holy shit, not every day you come across those games, and at a price where it's like, well, like if I bought them separately, it would have cost more, and it was an Australian seller, which is very rare for, you know, people in Australia trying to collect video games, especially with games that are very hard to get. And it was a dream come true. Oh, it's in a bundle, in a bulk, and there's 3 in there that I need and really want. And then when it delayed and it took forever, and I'm like, oh no, has it gone missing? Because, yeah, it was very getting real, and it finally arrived, and I said to the seller, congrats, it finally arrived. Well, not congrats, but good news, it finally arrived. Whew. Never doing that again. I'm never going to bulk buy games. I'm just going to buy them individually, because, holy crap, that was a stressful turn of events. Alright everyone, that's the end of this episode of Kayne's Hideout. I'm gonna wish you all a happy new year, because by the time I do my next Kayne's Hideout, it's gonna be 2023, and it's the 30th right now as I'm recording this video, and I don't know if I'm gonna get this uploaded by then. We'll see what happens, but yeah, anyway, thanks all for watching, have a happy new year, and I will see you all in 2023.